Alright, next step is we're going to go into the marketing section again, and we have the listing and we have the buyer consultation packets already in there for us to use. So now we're going to go in there and play with those. So preparing your listing and buyer consultation. Go back to the main page here, and I'm going to go to marketing and market me. And then you will hit create marketing wherever it may reside on your screen. It's most likely right up here, but click on create marketing. And then presentations. We have the pre-listing, the listing, and the buyer consultation. I'm going to give you a tip here. When we load this, so market my business, market to buyers, buyer consultation. So here it is. I can preview it. I can look at the details, but I'm going to select it. It's got a lot of great information in here for me, and I don't have to recreate all of this. So now, project name. I'm going to call it my personal buyer presentation, which I've already done that. I'm going to call it that number 2. And then I have a folder called Buyer's Guide. If you do not, you just do new section and just new subject folder and call it Buyer's Guide. I'll call it Buyer's Guide 2, which actually I'm not going to save that because I'm going to save this one into my Buyer's Guide folder. But if you didn't, you just type in the name and then hit next. And basically what that's doing is, as we looked before under your portfolio, that's where you access all of your files. And it's got them nice and organized for you. It puts them into the folders automatically for you. So it's naturally just keeping you organized. So then we hit next. And what I would do on this first one that you create, I would not put any client information in on it. I would only put your information on it and finish it, because then what you can do is anytime you're, and I'll point this out here, but anytime you have a new buyer, you just go into your portfolio, pull up this file, and then you can make a duplicate of it, and then that way you just take the duplicate and you go in and add your client information. You don't have to redo your own work. So I just look at this one. It's got 25 pages to it, because there's a lot of information on here. But you set it up once, and then you don't have to worry about it. You just go and add your client in there. So there's my photo. I hit next, and enter your client name. I'm going to leave that blank for right now, because I want to create one that does not have any client information in it, just my information. So then I can only come back and do those steps. Then hit next, and enter the date. I will leave that as well. Leave that blank. 2 would be my client's name, and from obviously would be myself. Sorry about that. And the information here, I like all the information. I don't have to customize it, but I do have the ability to do that. If I want to customize what is on here, I can do that. And agent name 1. Put my information in here, go to next, and I may bypass this just for time's sake. Here's where you change the photos. If you want to customize this and put your own logos and stuff like that, you can do that. So you can put your own information on that. I like what I have here. Compliments of Calvin Mergen. I'm going to leave prepared for alone. So I'm going to go next on all of these real quick. So just bear with me here. Reduce the characters real quick here. It's making me go through every page, and that's fine. And actually, I could, it's already saved it for me, so I could go through and customize this. And I'm just going to skip the next, and now I can go to my portfolio, and it should be in there called Buyer's Guide 2. So if I go down to my projects, Buyer's Guide, and then I've got my personal buyer's presentation number 2. There it is. And I can make a duplicate of this, and then all I have to do is go in and edit it, and then I can, once I hit edit, I can go in there and put in that client's information. So I could actually call this buyer presentation for Joe Buyer. My personal buyer, Prez Joe Buyer. Then I hit next, and then I would go in into each one of these and actually hit. I got to go through each step here, which is fine. Next. But here we go. So my name and all that stuff is already in here. I would just have to go in here and put in the information for